Anyways, let's get on with
Anyways,
the thing.
well, you have to start it because you're the
Exactly, I was
starter.
just about to. Yeah.
You're the startman.
Yeah. Anyways. Hey guys, Mike here.
And Jeff,
Why are you laughing,
I'm
jackass?
not laughing at anything. It really
Yes,
took
you
you a long
are.
time. You delayed it a lot.
Yeah, I did. I had to think up the words to
Just
use.
like we delayed this
Anyways,
podcast by a lot. Because it took me
yeah,
forever
we
to beat
delayed it by
Persona
a
3.
lot. Yeah, well,
So,
it also took me quite a while. Because
actually, what was your hours? What was your final time?
oh, I don't know. I'd have to bring it up. Somewhere like 80, 85,
Oh, geez,
maybe.
really? It took me like 100,
Yeah.
like 10, somewhere in
Real?
there.
Wow.
It took a
110?
while.
Oh my god! Like it didn't even take me that long. Like I finished the game at like level like 84 maybe, and you were like 92 or something. I know you had Messiah.
Yeah, I was like 92 or 93.
Yeah.
I think
Geez, that took
I
you
think I was like
forever, man.
93 by the time I beat Nyx. But I went into Nyx
Hmm.
at 91. So yeah. And
Yeah.
everyone
Okay. Well,
else
there
was
you go.
also 90 around me.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, everyone was like the same
Oh yeah,
level. Then again, I.
spoilers for everything. Probably also
Oh yeah. Spoilers for
maybe even
absolutely.
P4 spoilers because we're gonna compare it to that a lot, but
Yeah. Of
maybe.
course, we're gonna compare the two.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm gonna say this now. I will admit, Persona 3 did have the better end boss.
definitely, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
But yeah, well,
Izanami no
well,
Okami
let's
was
just get
so
right
easy
into it
back.
because like the
Yeah.
first half of Persona 3 was just
Nothing.
garbage. It was terrible. I
It,
hated it.
there's
But
no story.
it's
There
like the
was no
first
story for half the
4 or 5 months. It's absolutely terrible. There's
game. Yeah.
literally nothing happens. But the
Well,
thing is,
they're trying to make it all mysterious because like, oh yeah,
they're
there's
like,
this world that
oh,
you
what
go
are we
into
doing?
and
Let's just
like,
keep doing it for the next 5 months, and then nothing happens. So, but the
yeah,
last 5 months are fantastic, and that makes the entire game. So it's
yeah.
actually
Starting from like
like
September.
we had
September is
talked
really
before.
where it gets
Yeah,
good.
but that's like I took a big hiatus like in September. Like I stopped playing the game
Yeah,
in September, but then when I came back,
that,
like
that was probably a good
it
call.
was a really
Just let
weird
all the
place to stop because everything before I stopped was terrible and everything after I stopped was great.
yeah.
So
You know,
like
this
we
kind of
talked
reminded
about
me of
how
Kill la
I
Kill,
yeah, I guess so. But we talked about how
where we had that big gap thing for
I
me.
really hated Persona 3 because we were talking during that time. But now
Oh
that I've
yeah,
played the rest of it, I really like it because the ending was really good. The ending was
yeah,
really
of
good.
course, yeah. Like I know like
But
for the
it's
most of the time while you were playing, we shit on it a lot,
yeah, we
and I
did
still kind of
because like
do. In fact, I think you might still a
that
little,
first half of
but
the
like
game
the
isn't like a little bit like, oh,
god
this is
off.
a bit troublesome to get through. That's like 80 hours just the first half of the game.
Yeah, actually, it's not even troublesome to get through. It's just boring. Like
It's
they're
so
trying to make it
bad.
mysterious, as I said earlier.
It's not like
But
some games like, oh, the beginning is a little rough, but it's 80 hours I was in that beginning. Like 80 hours until the
for me, it was only
story
40.
starts. What?
Yeah, for me, it was only 40, but that's because I started grinding. Like
Yeah,
I'm
40.
like, I should actually start grinding, and that's why I started
Yeah,
grinding
I
40
don't
hours
really
in.
do
But
much
after
grinding.
everything
I
that
only
actually
grinded
happened,
like really at the end to get from
yeah, the
like
monad thing,
no, not even
monad.
hardly even at Monad, but basically to get from like 71 to 76, I guess. Somewhere in the 70s is where I grinded a lot. But then I hardly even had to grind for Monad. Like I'd do like 10 fights and I was level 90. Like it was so
You
easy.
know what? I feel like Persona 3 is easier to grind in because like Persona
Only
4,
as
you
soon
are
as you get
very
Monad.
limited in what you can do. Like
It's easier
Persona
to
3, it's
grind
just like,
in.
oh, everyone's injured and tired, just piss off back to the beginning and just refill everyone's HP and SP, kick
Right.
out the people who are
Yeah,
tired,
it's definitely a lot
maybe.
easier when you can just refill your entire stamina
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that. Because in Persona 4, when I had to do that, I would go into a uh, low level dungeon, and
And just rush.
because Rise has the thing where
Yeah.
it refills your health and refills your SP whenever you beat a fight, I'll just do all the low
Oh,
level
yeah.
bosses, or not
I,
bosses, just
I didn't
low
even
level
think about
enemies,
that.
and I would just rush
I
through
didn't even
them.
think about that. That's pretty good,
Yeah,
actually.
that's what I do.
And just go back and then
That's what I did in
just kind
P4.
of, yeah, just keep kind of doing that over and over again
Yeah, because I can
and
defeat them
just
all
getting through
without
these things.
even like using any
Yeah,
SP.
you
I
just
can just
pressing
hit them.
triangle and you
Yeah.
just rush through it.
So I
Yeah.
could refill everything by doing that, but that's still really inconvenient. It was good the way Persona 3 did it.
Yeah, yeah.
But Yeah.
But it also made it feel easier. Like I felt like I was overpowered all the time, and even then I didn't even like
Yeah,
reach the levels that you were at.
I was pretty much always
You actually
overpowered
killed the
because
Reaper.
I didn't, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I didn't really, I still stuck to the thing that I did in P4 where I would rush to the end and then I'd just
Oh yeah,
grind
yeah.
to what was necessary. But it was a lot harder because I'm not in control of the party. And that's like the absolute worst
Oh yeah,
thing
that was
ever.
definitely a thing. Yeah.
That's the worst thing ever, not being in control of the party. That's so terrible. Pretty much,
Yeah.
like any time I got to a boss, I probably could have immediately defeated them if I was in control. But since
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not in
definitely.
control,
Like my God, that's the whole reason I didn't have Mitsuru in my party. Like she just kept trying
just
to do
Mary
stupid
Karen.
shit. I'm like, oh my God, you're pointless. I never used her. She's one of the best casters in the
She's
game.
really good. I used
She's
her.
like, in fact, she is the best caster in the game next to you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, you
like,
Narukami
like when you
in
have
P3.
Yukari in your team as your healer, she knows what her job is.
No,
She's
she
the
doesn't
healer.
actually.
She
She
doesn't do
never. I had her at the Nyx fight, and she never used Meteor Rahan, even though she had Meteor Rahan. She would only use Dia Rahan. She wouldn't heal everyone
Yeah, that's
else.
true. Yeah, that's another thing actually. Yeah, they would do that quite often. But the only time she would use Mide Ryahan is if the entire party was at least below half. Like if anyone was like moderately damaged, like yeah, fuck it, they'll survive the next hit, even though Nyx will
Still,
do
like
like 300
I
damage
had
in one
Messiah,
smoke.
so I pretty much had to use my salvation over waiting for Yukari because Yukari would never heal all of us. She'd only heal one
Yeah,
person. It was annoying.
yeah. Well, for me, it wasn't that much of an issue because whenever when I fought Nyx, they would only really use like Augidine or like just a one hit spell, and they'd hit like Junpei. It's like, well, he's already resistant to it, or not resistant, he's immune to it.
Yeah,
Or like what was just it was
Nyx really
really like
wasn't as
sealed down.
hard as I thought she'd be. I thought she'd be a huge problem, like, because I read
No,
that.
she just takes a long time to kill. That's
Yeah,
it.
she does. I read that she uses the elemental break skills, and then hits people with the elements that they're weak to. And I thought that would
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
huge issue, but it turned out that she hardly ever
She
did
did it
that.
very rarely.
She
Yeah.
hardly did it at all, and it was never a problem,
Hmm.
even when she did. Because
Yeah.
I had my Messiah at like level 95, and I used all of the cup and Knight, Queen, all that nonsense.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember what it's
Gotcha.
called, but I
Yeah,
had every
cup. The
I had every single stat on Messiah at 99.
nice, nice. For me, I actually had three people selected. I had Beelzebub, Michael, and Satan. Yeah, I had Satan.
Nice.
And so Michael was the only one who had like a maxed endurance and strength, and Satan and Beelzebub both had maxed out like magic and endurance.
Yeah, I was
I was
really
like, well, they
prepared.
can't really do much
I,
damage to me.
I was prepared to do some nonsense because like I had Messiah maxed at 99 everything. And
Mhm.
oh yeah, like Messiah naturally has he's strong to all elements and weak to dark, right?
Yeah.
That's the way he is, but I was able to fuse him in a way that he also nullifies all of the physical attacks. And
Nice, nice,
because I got Thanatos' heart item, I was also strong to dark. So nothing could
nice.
hit me. I was pretty much
Yeah,
indestructible.
actually, normally I'm like, oh, Thanatos' hard item
Yeah,
sucks. It's
normally,
weak,
but like
bullshit.
since that's literally his only weakness, I figured I might as well just use that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Actually, I should probably tell the story
no, like
about
well,
how
hold on,
Nyx fucked me over.
I split off for a second, but
All right, go ahead.
I brought along a bunch of other personas because I intended to do a bunch of nonsense. Like I brought Vishnu and Ananta because I wanted to do
Mhm.
Infinity, and I brought Hillel and Satan because I might have done
Isn't
Armageddon.
that Hillel and Lucifer for that one?
No, it's wait, what? Hillel.
Isn't it Hillel and Lucifer for that one?
Oh, it might be. I don't remember. But I brought Hillel
Yeah,
and
well,
whoever
whatever. Yeah,
else is
Armageddon.
yeah, whoever else is necessary to do Armageddon. But I never had to cast either of them because Messiah was just too powerful. I never had
Yeah,
to switch away
too
from
strong.
Messiah.
Yeah.
So
It's funny because I actually didn't get Messiah for my playthrough. My playthrough I ended at like 80 something, so
did you beat the Reaper?
I didn't get. No, I didn't.
Oh,
I actually didn't know that killing him would get me to Monad, and I didn't know that like it was necessary. I thought it was all optional. Like there's no point to it, and it is in fact optional. It's
it
just
is
that like
optional, but it really
killing
helps.
him makes everything much
It makes
easier for
everything
the next fight.
so easy.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're done what you were talking about, I want to actually tell the story about how I got fucked over by Nyx.
Yeah, go ahead.
And actually, more so, I got fucked over by Yukari.
Well,
She
before
was
we get
set
away,
to.
before you start that and we get away from the Reaper, I just want to say that I had to fight the Reaper like 2 times because the first time I didn't know you had to accept the request, so I beat him, and then
Oh.
I didn't get the bloody button, so I had to do it again.
Hey, at least you got like a shitload of experience from killing him the first time.
Yeah, but I had to reload the game because I didn't know if he stayed away permanently. Does he just come back?
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I don't know. I
assume.
just reloaded the game and I didn't keep the experience. Anyway, Yukari.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna skip all the crap. Like, oh, I beat all the 12 forms, and I fought the last form, and the Death Arcana, and I got her all the way to about 1% health. But on her last turn, she hit me with what is it, Night Queen,
Yeah.
and it hit me with Berserk, hit Junpei with Confusion. At the time, I think Akihiko was on standby because she had used
Is it Berserk or Rage? I thought it was Rage.
in Rage. I think it's in Rage.
Yeah.
Sorry. But she had used what's that other ability she has? Moonless Gown. She used Moonless Gown the previous turn, so
right.
Akihiko was on standby to prevent him from hurting himself. Junpei wasn't because I knew that with the pattern that the turn was going, she would activate Moonless Gown to like get rid of it.
Right,
And
and
then
that,
Junpei
if you're
could
in
swing.
Rage, that's a huge problem.
Yeah, but here's what happened. Actually, no, she was done. She didn't have Moonless Gown active.
Oh, right, okay.
My character ran in, stabbed her twice. She was still like at 1% health, or like she was close to 1% health. And I'm like, okay, good. It's Yukari's turn. She'll hit me with me Patra and get rid of the rage, and then I'll survive the next hit, and then I'll be fine.
Huh. No.
No, she cast Dira Harn on herself. This stupid bitch.
Perfect. Amazing.
And I'm like, Yukari, what the fuck? And I'm like, you could have just taken like one of the disc rages from my pocket if you didn't have me Patra. And I'm getting like really annoyed. And I'm like, okay, it's not even a problem right now. I'm still alive. And then she casts Night Mother again, or Night Queen again. Hits everyone, fears everyone but me because I'm still enraged.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay,
And they all run away.
maybe there's still a chance. Maybe Minato will cure himself from the enrage and I'll get my turn. No, he ran up and stabbed her in the face twice again. She didn't die. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to cast Night Mother now. Or not Night Mother, Moonless Gown.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep saying Night Mother.
Yeah,
but
you
yeah, she
keep-
casts Moonless Gown. I'm like,
Mother,
I'm
because we were
fucking
just
dead.
talking about Skyrim.
No, yeah, that's true. We were just prior. But yeah, I ran up, stabbed her, and Moonless Gown killed me. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is fucking
Dang it.
bullshit.
That is so stupid.
Because Yukari did not cast me Patra
Well,
when
again,
she needed to.
that causes the huge problem that, like, if Minato, if only the main character has a problem, then you completely lose control of the game. You can do literally
Yeah,
nothing.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had previous parts with like bosses, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to cast Charm on you,"
Yeah,
and
I've
I don't
had
get my
huge
turn, so I
problems
turn on
in
my
other-
party. And it's like I think I remember one time I was just fucking around, just trying to get as much experience as possible, and I didn't want my teammates to waste SP because I was trying to get up to a boss. So I turned everyone on standby, and I had like Siegfried or Ares or someone.
But if
who's
you get
strength related.
critical, then you
And I
lose
got
control,
charmed.
and they all
Yeah.
stay on standby.
Yep, they're just like, nope,
That's so
nope, I'm just gonna
stupid.
sit here and watch you beat me to death.
That is so dumb. It's so bad.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? Persona 3 Portable fixed that. You are actually able to control your
Yeah,
party. And
that's
that's
good.
cool and all.
That's really good.
A little late, though. A little late, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I understand what they were going for. I understand completely. They wanted to be like, oh yeah, you
Yeah,
have
they
control
wanted
over
like the
yourself. And
personalities of the other characters
Yeah,
to
exactly.
like be part of it, but it was so bad.
yeah, there's so many scenarios where it's like, nope, you're screwed because
Yeah.
the AI won't do anything.
It was just
Yukari is
too
supposed to be
much
the healer, doesn't heal.
Nope, doesn't
In fact,
heal.
I had certain scenarios where I'm like, okay, Yukari, conserve SP, so she casts Windbreak on me.
Heal.
I'm like, are you
Yeah, she
what?
does windbreak so often.
For me, she
Oh my
never
God.
did. She never did.
I
Like,
always had her
all
on
she did was
heal.
cast, like,
She was always on heal and support, and she cast windbreak non-stop. Even when we
yeah,
needed
it's
healing,
weird because
she would still cast windbreak. It was ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, that's exactly why I didn't choose Mitsuru. It's like, oh, she's casting Marin Karen all the time. God damn it! So I didn't use her. Turns
Yeah.
out she's the best like magic user in the game.
Yeah, I always
I mean,
had
oh yeah,
her.
I want Akihiko.
She was
because
always
he's
on that
the critical. Yeah. Actually, when I did beat Nyx, it was because Akihiko kept getting critical like every turn, and it made me laugh. Because
I didn't really get many
Like, it's
criticals
like-
on Nyx. I
Yeah.
might not have
Well,
even
did
gotten
you?
one.
I forget what the item is, but did you give Akihiko items that like increase critical chance?
No.
Because he was loaded to the balls with it. Like
Oh,
the weapon he had was the Maro, the evil hands was his weapon.
right.
The clothing he had like bonuses to it was like evade ice, like high chance.
Yeah, that's good.
His accessory was like high critical chance. And he was just wailing on Nyx constantly. I'm just laughing through the
That's pretty
fight.
good.
Junpei's killing himself every time she casts Moonless Gown. Yukari has to waste turn healing him or reviving him. I'm
Yeah.
just sitting there throwing Heaven's Blade at Nyx.
Yeah, you said that
End
like
of fight.
you spent the trouble like to get Mara and like all the best weapons for everyone. But I didn't
Yeah,
really do that for anyone. I got Masakato, but that's it. Like I didn't really need any other ultimate weapon because I mean
yeah.
I have Messiah.
Well, in truth, yeah, that's the thing. For me, it was just because I was like looking at the website. I'm like, so who can I fuse into weaponry? And I looked at the thing. I'm like, oh, Mara. Oh yeah, I have Mara. So I just fused Mara. Like,
Yeah, I didn't have
oh,
Mara.
Masakato.
I never even saw Mara
Um,
on my list.
you have to fuse all. No, wait, no, all the tower is someone else. I think she's just a
It's just a
normal
regular
fusion
fusion.
thing.
I just never saw it. It was
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe you need specific fusion. I actually don't remember. I do remember being annoyed with Elizabeth because she's like, oh yeah, fuse this persona with this persona, or sorry, get this persona with this skill, and it's like, okay, so how do I do that? And I had to like Google
look
search,
it up.
like,
That's how you do
use
it.
this. No, yeah, I Googled it, and it's just like, fuse this persona with this persona so that this persona gets this skill, so that you can fuse it with this persona to make this persona, and
Yeah,
then buy
it's
all the other personas so you can fuse it with that persona to make the persona you want with the skill.
it really
Fucking, I just want
it's
Masakato's
really
katana,
not great.
okay?
Like I don't remember it
Yeah.
being that bad in Persona 4. Like you could just make the stuff you wanted.
No,
and
no, it was the
couldn't
same.
you?
For me, it was the same thing. Yeah, it is pretty much the same.
I don't remember. I
Actually,
didn't even do her S-Link at all, so I don't know if was that the same way it worked?
oh yeah, Margaret's was exactly the same. It was
Oh,
just as
okay.
annoying.
Oh.
But yeah,
I guess
I
I
know
missed
this.
out on a
I
bunch
know we
of
weren't going to
Personas,
talk about
but
Persona
whatever.
Q very much, but there is something really good about Persona Q. When you fuse personas, you can choose which skills they get.
Yeah, I think you can do that in like in one of those Persona 3 versions
One
too,
of the
can't
Shin
you?
Megami Tensei.
No,
Sorry,
like
which one?
can you do that in Portable, I think? One of those you
Maybe
can
I
do
don't know.
that
I
in.
never played Portable.
I'm not sure. Well,
I
one
know
way
there are skill cards in Golden and
yeah, there were skill cards
Persona
in
3
something,
Portable.
but nothing I played. But I remember something
Yeah, there's skill
saying that
cards in it too.
something fixed that somehow. I don't even know. I
Yeah.
vaguely remember
But
saying something fixed
it
that.
makes things really easy because for me, if I ever need like Fuka and Rise to have very specific support personas, it's just like, oh yeah, here's this persona with all these skills. Like
Yeah.
it can't cast a single spell, but it can do all this support stuff. I'm like, here, Fuka, take this sheep.
Yeah,
Which is
that's definitely really annoying because I was sitting there pressing the cancel button and the select button like over and over again,
oh yeah,
trying to get
that was
a what
sorry,
was it?
go on.
A Messiah that had the null of all the physical attacks.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
took forever.
trust me, I had the exact same problem. For me, it was kind of funny, but also really like stressing. Is I forget what it was, but it was like get this persona with Augie dying. I'm like, okay, simple enough. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I got into the persona, like a previous persona to get Augie dying, and I need to fuse it with another one. And I'm sitting there, and I literally had like I was looking at my clock on my laptop while I'm playing the game, and I'm like, okay, and for about 15 minutes straight, the persona would not get Augie dying.
Yeah,
I had to sit there.
terrible.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I've been here for 15 minutes just pressing circle and X constantly. And I'm getting stressed. I'm like, God, it's just one spell. Just let me have the spell. But it was fine getting like Garu dying and Bufu dying or whatever other spells I had. Like all these lists of stuff. I'm just sitting there like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I'm getting really annoyed.
Like the same problem was
Eventually,
still in Persona 4, but there wasn't any reason for you to do it unless you wanted to. Like you
Yeah.
didn't have a request telling
No.
you that you had to do it. You know?
Yeah, it's only for the social link for Margaret's.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you didn't exactly have to do it, but
No, it's completely optional.
in
So is the request.
in Persona
but then
3,
again,
it seems a lot more necessary to do that.
yeah, because it gives you Masakato, which
Yeah.
gives you Masakato's katana.
And Masakato's
You know,
yeah,
Masakato's
great.
for the ending of the game, I had two Masakato's katanas and the evil hands, and I actually forgot that I had given the antique owner the one to make Yukari's best bow, which I think is Ishtar. I think it's Ishtar. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
But it's like a certain persona. I gave it to the antique owner, and I forgot to get the bow. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh
Got
yeah,
to go back.
Yukari's got like a like a piece of wood with a string on it. That's her weapon for fighting the god of destruction.
Yeah.
No?
That's fine. She never uses her attack anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I think we're talking a bit too much about just Nyx and the end game.
Well, that's
But
because
let's try
Nyx
to talk
and the
about
end
the
game
social links.
are the best parts of the game.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I know. Like I completely agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But like let's at least talk about like the social links, like
Yeah.
comparing them to Persona
Well-
4. They all suck.
No, they don't
okay,
all suck.
that's
Come on.
mean.
Get out of here.
There-
But no,
there's some
we
that
were
I
talking
like.
about
I like Hierophant.
earlier. We were talking about Maya, and when I told you that is it who I think it is,
Oh,
like
oh yeah, we were talking
they
about
didn't
this.
yet make it obvious. But then the very next
Mhm.
S-Link, the very next level, like they made it super obvious. So I
Oh,
totally
yeah,
knew
yeah.
exactly who it is.
Yeah,
I
but
totally got it right.
you never told me that you finished it because there's a bonus scene.
Oh yeah, I
related to
did
that
finish it.
social link.
I finished. I got to the. Got her scene at the end of the epilogue.
Yo. Oh, okay, well, no, regardless, I didn't even get that thing.
You
what
wait,
you're supposed to
you
do is
didn't get her
after you
scene
get
in the
Maya's-
epilogue? What?
I did. No, I did. I mean, like,
Okay.
I didn't get the bonus scene. Like, it's completely optional.
What are you talking about?
If you after the social link, you get the screensaver, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to the what is it? The teachers' lounge area in the school,
Yeah, during
and
the
a bonus
epilogue.
scene will play. Okay, I didn't go there then. No.
What do you, oh, you didn't? Oh,
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
no, I
like,
didn't. I
when
completely
you go
wrong
into
there.
the
I
teacher's
thought you could do
lounge-
that earlier, actually. Can't you do that earlier?
I don't think so because I tried to and it didn't work.
Okay, that makes sense then. Okay,
Yeah.
I completely thought that it was like, oh.
We're
bonus
talking about
thing.
the same thing, the epilogue, right? After you beat Nyx?
Yeah, where she
Okay.
sees the screensaver and she like.
Yeah, like your
cries
phone
and
falls
runs
out of your
away.
pocket and she sees the screensaver and
Yeah,
she's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought that was just a bonus thing. I didn't know it was epilogue.
Yeah, it was
my
epilogue
fault.
stuff. It was,
Um,
yeah, I saw that and it was pretty good. So I did like that S-Link. That was good. But
Yeah, the
I
Maya
don't-
one is just kind of funny. If anything.
yeah, but I don't like the way, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is I'm trying to go for here. I don't, the S-Links just seemed like they were harder to get. They were a lot more difficult to get.
Really?
Like
I didn't.
like Mitsuru's especially. Like you don't get it
I
until
didn't
like
do
the
hers.
last month. The very last month
really?
of the game. Right?
Oh, great.
Until
I
like
didn't know.
December, right?
I didn't do her. I didn't even start hers.
You didn't even start
Yeah,
Mitsuru's?
no.
It's like the best one.
No, I didn't care.
Mitsuru.
I don't care for Mitsuru.
Oh, okay. Get out of here. Mitsuru's best girl.
But
Don't
once
even
again,
try
I
it.
wasn't using her in combat, so kind of like why I didn't.
Yeah,
do
but it doesn't
GAs
matter
is 'cause
because
I wasn't
combat
doing
doesn't
her.
change anything in Persona 3.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, but still. Yeah, I didn't do hers because I guess I was already working on the Emperor social link.
Right.
Because I'm like, oh, I gotta get Odin, I gotta get Thunder Rain, I gotta do all this shit, and
Yeah.
I actually, the game stopped me at rank 9 because I'd done it a little late, like really late into the game. You know?
Oh, is that why
So,
you never
so,
got
like-
to beat the Reaper because you didn't beat the Emperor?
Yeah, because I didn't go, the
Oh.
Thunder Rain tactic where you just constantly
Yeah,
just
I
beat the
didn't-
shit out of the.
Well, I didn't even
Reaper
use
for
the
half an
Thunder Rain
hour.
tactic. I used Infinity.
No, you did the Infinity
Yeah.
thing, yeah. But yeah, once again, I didn't really care. I wasn't doing anything because I had to. I just did it because fuck it, why not?
Right. But I over
But yeah, with-
since Mitsuru's took so long to get, like I had to do Yukari's, and I hate Yukari. Hers is terrible.
Yeah, I only got up to like rank 4 with hers.
Yeah, no,
if
I maxed
anything-
hers because like I had
No,
nothing
right.
else to do.
Yeah, for me actually, I always felt like I had something to do. Like I always had to work on this person, this person, this person. And the way the game works, interestingly enough, where like Minato will stick his dick in anything, you can't like hang out with the same person too long because then they'll get super jealous if you hang out with anyone else, and that pissed me off actually.
Yeah, that was annoying.
There
There were a few people
yeah,
that
it only
like
happened once,
that I
and I
abs-
actually reset because
well, I had a
it
few.
was the Yuko thing where I told you.
I don't know. I don't remember having too many
Alright.
reverse that I really cared about. Um,
Yeah.
I think Chihiro
Yeah,
reversed somewhere out of nowhere one day, and at the end of the game, I had like 3 or 4 reversed, but I didn't care about them because like I literally never did anything with them. Like you know the Fortune
Yeah.
guy?
Oh,
Like the,
what was
art
his name?
class or whatever?
Keisuke? Or
I don't remember
Damn it,
his
I can't
name
remember his
because
name.
I
It's
never went to art class.
Keisuke. How do you pronounce that? It's Keisuke.
What?
Damn
Hold on. Spell it again.
Keisuke.
Keisuke.
Yeah.
Keisuke?
Yeah.
Keisuke. Yeah.
Keisuke. Yeah. Well, I actually did start his a little bit. I didn't finish it. Like a lot of them, I felt like I couldn't finish because I'm like these characters I don't really care for. You
Well,
know?
yeah, like
Like
it was Bebe and this stupid idiot Keisuke. I
yeah, and you
never,
were
I
reversed.
absolutely never went to either of their things. So by the end of the
Yeah.
game, they were both
Actually,
reversed.
yeah. It was funny because for me, when I started the game, right away I just didn't hang out with Kenji, and eventually he called me to hang out.
Kenji's
I'm
so
like, oh yeah,
annoying.
I guess I might as
I
well
hate
just
Kenji.
yeah. I'm like yeah. I'm like I might as well just like take the Sunday off and hang out with him. And then right afterwards, Yuko calls me up. I'm like, oh yeah, Yuko, I forgot about you. And I accept hers, and you text him back being like, nah, I can't hang out. He reverses in like well, I can't remember which month you start off in, but he reversed in like June or something, and I never hung out with him for the rest of the
Good,
game.
because he sucks.
But it was funny because you remember where you and him do that like little stand up routine?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
if you do that when he's reversed, it actually fixes the social link.
Oh, that's cool. That's
So,
good.
yeah, I'm like I actually like did it alongside. I'm like okay, fine, I'll actually do it.
You know, the
And
Persona
we
3
did
actually it
it.
addressed something that it like that you just reminded me of it just now, but it addressed something that it seemed like Persona 4 never even like pretended to even attempt to address. And that was like
What's
when
that?
all of those girls were in the same room and they were all like trying to talk to you. You
Oh,
remember that?
oh, great.
That because that was that same
Uh,
scene.
oh, that's right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot
you
about
remember
that.
that?
Oh my god.
That was the same scene.
It's been a few months. Sorry, it's been a few months since I played Persona 3.
It was in that same
Jeff had
room.
just finished it
It was like
recently.
5 minutes afterward.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I just thought
Um,
that was like good. I
it's
don't
weird because I
remember.
didn't really.
Hmm?
Sorry, go on.
No, you go on.
Sorry, go
No,
on.
shut up.
Okay, I didn't really do a lot of the female social links. Like the ones I did were Fuka, Chihiro, Yuko. I feel like I'm missing someone.
Uh,
Damn it.
I don't.
There are a lot of characters.
Mitsuru?
Though. No, I didn't do hers. I didn't. I did Yukari, but I only got to like rank 4 or 5 with her. Damn it, I feel like I'm missing someone. Whatever.
Me too.
Regardless, it's just like I only did so many social links this time around. Like Persona 4, I was doing them like left and right, getting them all done as much as possible.
Yeah.
Persona 3, I felt like there were so many other things. I had to level up like all the stats, and once I was done that, then I started working on the social links, and even then,
Right.
I guess I kind of like was saying the wrong thing. Maybe that's what caused the delay for so long. Like,
Yeah.
oh god, the Emperor social link. You were always wrong.
Yeah, you're always
Like,
wrong because
oh.
like either the right thing to say
You
is
have to,
be
like-
an asshole. That's the right thing to
Yeah,
say to him.
Anything you say, yeah, you have to be a flat out dick. Like everything he says,
That's the
he's
only
like,
way to be as.
oh yeah, I'm
be
right.
his buddy.
Everyone else is wrong. I'm not crazy. You're all crazy.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I want to be friends with you.
he's terrible.
It's funny because there is a social link I didn't even start because I didn't care. It was the Gourmet King.
That is such a
from what
terrible
I
one.
read,
I
like-
did like 2 levels of that. It was terrible.
Really? Yeah. I actually ended up like at the end of the game, I was just kind of dumb. Like, what are all the social links? I started like reading through them, and apparently, like late game for like late social link for that one, he just like con artists everyone, and you have to like talk him down, like
My
talk
God.
down to him, like he's like the lowest ant you could possibly think of.
Yeah, the Gourmet King. That was horrible, horrible. It's like it was.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did not like it at all.
You know what? I
Did
don't
you
think-
do?
I
Did you
don't
do
think
the
there was
sun
a
at all?
I started it up actually. I had started it up, but it was like December when I started it. I'm like, well, I got to work on Emperor.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't
I
really get
didn't
to
do
it.
him.
Like, it looked good so far.
I only did it like
It
once,
looked alright.
and I didn't really care for it because I did max
You know
out
what? Yeah,
the
I
little.
thought it looked good. Like
I did max out Hangman. I don't remember what the kid's name was, but I maxed her.
Maiko or Mako, I think it
I
was.
don't
It was
remember.
Maiko. So Mako,
Okay, Maiko. Yeah,
Yeah, Maiko.
yeah, that was a good one.
But yeah,
I like
there-
that.
actually, you know what? That was the last female social link that I maxed
Oh,
out. which
yeah,
is
I guess it
really
was.
nice. Yeah. Yeah. Why did every Persona game, or at least the ones that we played, why do they always end with like a little girl telling you got to marry her? Because Maiko and Nanako both
'Cause
say the
that's-
same thing.
I don't know. Yeah.
When I get older, you got to marry me.
Yep.
No,
Promise you gotta keep.
I ain't going to jail. Not again.
Hey, she said when she gets older. Come on,
Yeah, still.
don't gotta make it
But
weird.
yeah. I don't think there was ever a single really bad social link in Persona 4. Like other than
Other than the kid
Ebihara.
that you had to tutor. because I didn't do that at all.
I didn't even start that one. You're
I didn't
right.
even
I
start
forgot
it.
about that one.
I didn't start it. Yeah. But you didn't.
But he was in the
Did you
animation. So.
ever even get around to I thought you played through
No, I
Persona
didn't. I
4
didn't find
again.
her. I didn't find the sports club,
I know, but I
and
thought
I
you said
haven't
you
played
replayed it
Persona
a little
4.
bit and you got to I.
I no. I replayed until I got to Yukiko's castle, and then like I had to play something else. Like I think Ultimax came out,
Right.
so I started playing that.
Okay.
Now I'm playing Persona
But yeah,
Q. And,
I is also horrible. But it seems like, I mean, it's not just horrible in quality. Like it's just like she's not good. It's like the Emperor, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
the Emperor Socialist. Sorry, I thought you meant Star Wars Emperor for a second there.
No, I don't mean like the Empire Strikes Back. No.
Sorry, I'm really tired right now, so my mind's kind of wandering.
Sure.
But yeah, the Emperor one is bad. The Ayabahara one is you gotta act like a complete and utter.
Yeah, she's just not a good character. Like,
you're her bitch.
Yeah.
Let's just go with
yeah,
that.
pretty much.
I can't think of like an eloquent way of putting it.
That one and the one with the tutor kid. Actually, the other one I really didn't care about was what was it? The stepmom or something. No, that wasn't it. What was it?
Persona 4. Okay,
no,
yeah.
it
Stepmom
what was
was
it?
alright, but
What was it? The daycare.
do you
Yeah,
at least
the
remember the
daycare.
card?
That's what it was.
Oh, the daycare one. Yeah, that was the stepmother, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I didn't really care
Yeah.
for that one either. I did it for only like 2 or 3 maybe. But I didn't
I
much care
think
about
that one I only got to rank 5, and I was alright with it. It kind of made sense. Like, it was at least a good story,
I don't know.
somewhat.
Well, maybe it was. I didn't do it at all.
You didn't like Yumi's, actually. That was another one you didn't like.
Hmm?
You also didn't like Yumi's, if I remember correctly, because she cries a lot.
No, I didn't. I did not like it. I mean,
Oh, you didn't mind it, okay.
yeah, I didn't mind it. I didn't dislike it. She's fine.
Alright, works for me.
Yeah.
It's funny that you and Michael both like do the whole joke about like Yumi being best girl not being possible. I don't really care for Yumi. I just chose someone because they weren't related to the investigation squad. I kind of like branching out. Like I'm trying to think of another game that like does romances for like the party, but it's like oh, there's also other options. You know, the non-popular options, I guess you could say.
The unpopular.
I'm thinking
options,
Dragon Age, but
absolutely.
there's nothing like that. Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway, Persona 3, not Persona 4. Back to that.
yeah, but let's go back to Persona 3. Back to the one that is alright, we liked it, but
It
you know,
was alright.
it took a while to
The
get
second
to.
half was great. The first half was garbage. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
altogether, it's all right.
Yeah. It balances out.
Yeah, it balances out. Hmm.
I was gonna say something about Tartarus that I'm trying to remember what it was.
What about
correctly.
Tartarus?
Well, like, what did you think about like when Tartarus was all mysterious? Like, oh, we don't know anything about it. Like, what did you think? Like, did you
I
have
don't-
any kind of like ideas? It was kind of saying like this is the Adachi of the game. Like, was this the big mystery?
It didn't
oh,
seem
it's
like it was.
related
Though.
to
It didn't
Nyx.
seem like it was much of a mystery. It was just like, here's this tower, climb it because do it, shut up, and that was it. Like
Okay.
it didn't seem like it was even much
Like,
of
there
a point
wasn't-
to figuring it out. Like who cares?
Well, there's the whole thing, like, the whole figuring, like, everyone's trying to figure out, like, what is Tartarus, why is it here, blah, blah, blah. And then you find out, like, actually fairly early into the game, where, like, Yukari's father, like, the recording, is like,
it's-
oh, yeah,
it
Mitsuru's
just
father, or
seemed-
grandfather was the one that created it.
It just seemed like it was like it didn't really matter. Like it was too like kind of simple. Like because in Persona 4, like the fog world and the shadows, well, they're there because I guess it's the
It's their own world.
personification of the like all of
Inner
mankind's
thoughts of
like inner
people
thoughts. And then again, like in Tartarus, like that's what it is. Like I don't have to. It's not a mystery just because that's what it is, and I already know that's what it is. So I'm not gonna make a big deal about
I'm
it.
still kind of wondering, like, where does Tartarus come from? Does it come from the TV world? And
No,
that'd be
it's
cool?
just-
Like,
Well, it doesn't come
Just
from the
there.
TV world. Like the TV world isn't a world. It's just like it's just a way that they sort of split the dimension, I guess. And it's
Yeah,
just I guess it's just sort of a window that splits the dimension. And in Persona 3, it just was a bit more out of control, so it just split like out of nowhere. You didn't have to go through a window to get there because the whole world was engulfed
Okay.
in it. Pretty much.
it's kind of a
Makes sense.
weird way of putting it, but alright.
I guess. I mean, whatever.
It is kind
Like
of
the
hard to,
TV
like,
world isn't the
describe
TV
this sort of
world.
stuff.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's a dimension laying right over ours. It's just that, you had to go through a TV because it was stable enough that it wasn't engulfing the planet yet.
Yeah. that too, but there's also like you have to have a Persona to get through the TVs,
Right.
and only specific TVs according to Persona 4 Arena,
Wait,
because
what?
there's yeah, Persona 4 Arena. I can't remember the exact details, but they say like I think it's only was it CRT TVs? Is that what I'm looking for?
Well, it couldn't possibly be because they went through a flat screen TV, didn't they?
No, but they didn't go like through plasma screen TVs. They went through like is it CRT? Damn it, what's the word I'm looking for? Like there's certain TVs that don't work with this whole like porting into the TV world thing.
I don't know.
Because they actually had to go to a junkyard and find an old TV in order to go through.
I don't know. That seems like they're sort of just fabricating reasons, like story reasons,
Well,
because
another
it
reason
seemed
not
like
to
he could
have,
go
like-
through any TV, really. There was a TV in the police station that Adachi went through, so it doesn't really.
Yeah,
I don't remember what
That
kind of
you
TV that
didn't
was, but
use
it
to
seems
convince people
awfully
that-
convenient that every TV they interact with is the specific one.
yeah.
I don't think
Weird.
that was the thing. I think you're making that up.
Well, no. It's in Persona 4 Arena. Like they describe it very like quickly. It's just like, oh yeah, only a certain amount of TVs work. We can't just like use one that we bring in from
I don't know. That just
the
seems.
Kurujo group because it's too advanced or some stupid shit.
That just seems.
I don't
like-
remember the details.
Ah.
I haven't played Arena in a while. I played Ultimax recently because Ultimax is really fun.
I don't know. It just seems like they're kind of half-assing it there. Like we need a reason why
Well, I kind of see
this
it
won't
as
work.
their
Like they're
I
trying to
see it
come
as
up
their
with
way
a
of
reason why it wouldn't work. Like not that they're trying to make rules. They just like we don't need this story stuff to work. We need to fabricate problems. You know what I mean?
No. The reason, what I think they were trying to do is be like, this way they can't just like have everyone go through one TV. You know, like everyone, like the investigation team goes to the Junes one, and the Seas team or the Shadow Operatives team actually goes through a different TV. That way, you know, they end up at different locations and becomes all scattered and crazy and stuff. Actually, now that I think about it, even then in Arena they didn't end up together. Whenever they went through a TV, they ended up in different locations. How the fuck? Just realizing this now, that completely broke one of the rules.
Yeah, whatever. Who knows how that nonsense works?
Anyways, back to
Anyways,
Persona 3.
Persona
We gotta
3.
keep bouncing back to that. But yeah,
What about it?
I actually don't know what to say.
Strega. Strega was really easy.
Strega? Yeah.
Strega-
oh my god. Did I
Strega
even
was
tell you the story like
always
how
easy.
I beat Strega in the first turn?
Wait, really?
I'm not joking. I'm not. Well, here's what happened. On my first turn, I think I had
Well, wait. On which
Someone
fight?
using-
Like the first time you fight him, or in Tartarus actually?
both. Like, well, the first
Oh,
first
okay.
time I beat them, it took longer, but I had the exact same result pretty much. Every time I fight Strega, yeah, it was always this. I always ended up using like Zeodyne on somebody. Oh look, they're shocked. Well, it's Junpei's turn. He just rushes forward, smacks him, gets a critical.
Oh, all right.
Then we have Akihiko do the exact same thing, and then he like one of them goes down in the first turn. It's like, okay, now we just beat the shit out of the other one, and it took like 3 turns, maybe
Yeah,
maybe
they
2
were-
or 3 turns. To kill
They
him.
were always ridiculously easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then again, like in Tartarus, where he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm stronger now. I know your weaknesses." First turn, hit him with Zeodyne.
Dead.
He fucking gets shocked, and we just wail on him with all-out attacks for like 1 turn straight. It's like, okay, cool. Takaya shows up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm the prophet of destruction," and the stupid shit. Shocked right
You're
away.
not the
I'm like,
Messiah. I'm the Messiah.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, like for some reason, I got really lucky. And it
when you
was,
had,
like,
especially
everyone
when
gets
you had to
shocked,
fight
everyone gets all-out
Chidori.
attack.
Do you remember anything about fighting Chidori? Because I think I beat her in one
Other
turn.
than- yeah, I beat her in like 3 turns, and the only reason I didn't beat her prior is because Spring of Life gave her like a little bit of extra health.
Right. Yeah, I think I beat her in
Yeah.
a single turn. It was really easy.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole... I felt like the bosses in this game weren't even that hard. Like, the only hard one was Chariot and Justice, and that's only because you have to do them all in 1 turn. You have to kill them all in 1 turn kind of thing.
Yeah, and that wouldn't be
You
difficult.
can whittle them
if-
down and then
that
finish
wouldn't be
them all.
difficult if you had control of the party.
Exactly, yeah. It's just like, okay, I want Akihiko to fight this one, Junpei to fight this one, Yukari on heal, and me to do, like, all-out damage to everyone. You know, and then it's like, oh yeah, Junpei runs up and smacks one of them in the face, killing him. And next turn, sorry, recall him.
I don't
Bring it
remember
back up.
especially having any trouble with much of anyone. Really.
Yeah, like, I remember... I think I remember having problems with... No, it wasn't Teddy.
And I did beat
In
Nyx
Persona
on
4,
my.
there was one boss
I did
that
beat
was...
Nyx on my
getting
first
annoying.
try. So.
Yeah, the only reason I failed is because that last turn bullshit
Yeah,
with
the
Yukari.
Yukari nonsense.
But, yeah, what was I going to say there? It was, There was
Persona
one
4's
boss in
bosses.
Persona 4 that I
The
had
Teddy,
trouble with.
the Teddy was pretty hard.
I didn't have trouble with him actually.
I had trouble with him.
Amino
I mean,
Sagiri, the
I beat
first time
him
I fought
eventually,
him,
but yeah.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
have to
Amino
like go
Sagiri, I had
backwards and
problems.
grind. I still beat him like in the same instance.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any problems with Teddy. There was one boss. I'm trying to remember who I had a problem with. It wasn't Kanji, wasn't Yukiko, wasn't Chie, obviously. What boss was it? It was one of the bosses.
What's his face?
Oh, it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't one of the like main bosses. It was like one of the guardian
Oh, right.
dudes.
Okay.
Because I remember, I think I ended up having to use a Soma on the second time I fought him. Because I guess I was like not leveled for him. And like it was like the only Soma I had in the game for some reason. But I remember like this boss, he completely screwed me over. Like he lowered everyone's defense and pretty much wiped them all out in one turn. Which, by the way, is so common in Persona Q. It's not even funny.
Just getting wiped out in one turn.
Yeah, pretty much. I know we're breaking off again from what I was just talking about the bosses, but in Persona Q, there's some enemies that what they love to do is do this thing called wind corrosion or air or lightning corrosion or whatever the hell the spell it is. And what it will do is instead of just like lowering your resistances, it makes you weak to that element.
Oh,
Your
God.
entire party.
That's terrible.
And the next turn they'll use Mazayanga and kill you or knock you to the ground. So the
That's-
next turn they can kill you.
Terrible.
And you just kind of sit there and you're like, why?
What can I do?
Why is this a thing? And it's like,
How do I
okay,
fight this?
maybe they're weak to light or dark, and you can one-shot them. No, they're not weak to light or dark. They're weak to, like, fire.
Yep,
And it's
that
like,
really
oh,
sucks.
well, it's like, okay, well, maybe if I hit them, they'll get down. In Persona Q, it's only a chance they'll get knocked down.
Oh, jeez.
So,
That's
but
terrible.
it's the same for you. If they hit you with Mazayanga while you're weak to it, it's like, oh, well, maybe you're still standing. Maybe you can still cast a spell.
Right.
Save the day.
Okay. Well,
But yeah,
that's still best.
I-
Still not good.
back to Persona
Well, in
4. Yeah, the only
Yeah, but in
boss I had
Persona 3,
problem
I
with
didn't
was-
have any problems with bosses, but I did have problems with like basic enemies because if they got the drop on me, they could kill me in a single turn.
Oh,
And that
yeah,
was
yeah,
the
yeah.
problem.
I actually had one time where one of the enemies got the drop on me because I think I like turned the corner. I'm like, oh wait, hold on, there was something that, and I like turned and they smacked right into my back.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, they have the advantage now. And it was like one of the
It's a lot
really big
easier.
enemies that like.
It's a lot
fuck you
easier to
over
run
a few
away
turns.
from enemies in Persona 3. I do like that.
Yeah, it
Because
just feels
they
like as soon
they
as you
just
try it, it
stop
works away.
after far enough. If you run far enough, they just stop chasing you.
Oh, I thought you meant running away in battle.
No, I mean like running away, like in
Yeah,
the overworld, I suppose.
Well, yeah, in Persona 4 they also give up after a while, but it takes a long run.
Yeah, it's a
before that
lot
happens.
more difficult, but in Persona 3, like it was really easy to just run right past them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Persona
at
Q,
one point,
well,
I had to
know I
fight-
keep bringing it.
It was like in the very top block, I decided that
Mm-hmm.
to level up to the point that I needed to, I would just go in alone. But the beetles,
Oh yeah,
the beetles in the top block are immune to all physical attacks. So it was
Mm-hmm.
always a huge problem to fight them, and they killed me a lot. But no
Yeah,
bosses.
yeah,
No problem with the bosses though. Only
yeah.
those
the
beetles.
bosses were super weak for some reason. Well, not weak, but like they just didn't do enough damage. I felt.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there. Oh yeah, in Persona Q, running away is a different system actually, because the turn system is different. Instead of just being like, okay, it's this person's turn, what do they do? Instead, it's like, okay, what does everyone do? Okay, this is what you chose for them. Well, here's this person's turn, then this person's turn, then this person. So agility is actually a thing, you know.
Right.
But like, if you want everyone to run away because it's an enemy, you know it's gonna kill you in a turn. You are really kind of screwed because they might get the turn first because they have a higher agility, or you didn't bring Yosuke and he's fast.
Wait,
or you
does
didn't bring
each person
Koromaru.
run away individually?
No, that
Oh.
would suck.
Oh,
But no,
okay,
it's
yeah,
just like
good.
sometimes even like your fastest person, it's like, oh, you try to escape. It's like they fail to get away. It's like, oh, good. And then the enemy like hits someone and kills them, or knocks them down. It's like, oh, well, their turn's wasted.
Hmm.
And the only way you escape is if it says you attempted to run away. It's like, what do you mean attempted? Either they succeeded or they failed. Just put it out that way.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, yeah. That's just Persona Q though. I'm still enjoying it. I'm loving it, but it's difficult as shit. And I kind of feel like this is what they were trying to be more like Shin Megami Tensei than Persona. You know, it's really earning the title that is not in the game's title.
Eventually, Persona is just gonna loop back on itself, and it's gonna become Shin Megami Tensei again.
Which would be cool because I want to get into Shin Megami Tensei. You know, like
Do you? I mean,
I
isn't
want to
Shin
play
Megami
the
Tensei
fourth
4?
game.
Isn't that one really good? Let's play that.
Yeah, it's on the 3DS.
Yeah.
I'll probably borrow it from Charles whenever I get the chance.
I've heard good
Then there's
things
also
of it.
Nocturne on the PlayStation 2, which is the third game. That one's supposed to be really good. I remember everyone telling me about the Matador. You remember the Matador or Persona?
Yep.
Yeah, he's not that great, but he's pretty good in his way. But in Shin Megami Tensei, he is death incarnate, man. He will kill you in a turn. You have to buff, like you have to bring like buffs with you to like take this dude down. Like, there's like comics
the
based
Personas
around
are.
this
I
character.
forgot the Personas are the enemy in the other games.
Yeah, they're demons in that
Yeah,
game.
I forgot.
Actually, in the first game, in the first Persona, it's kind of close to Shin Megami Tensei, where you're convincing them to join you, and like beating them. Sometimes they'll join you.
Raw.
It's really weird and kind of cool.
Anyway, Persona 3.
Yeah, Persona 3, everything but Persona 3.
Yep. Pretty much.
But yeah, I don't think there's much more for us to talk about. Like at first we
no.
were kind of shitting on the game, but then we got used to it, and then. You know,
Well, it's not that we got used to it. It got a lot better.
Well, yeah.
Actually, I remember
I feel
saying
like
when I was playing in the beginning, like everyone seemed like they had absolutely no personality. Like Mitsuru
Oh, yeah,
especially was just a robot.
is a brick wall.
She was a brick wall.
Yeah.
She was terrible. But eventually, like again in the second half, suddenly she's a person, and yeah, she's the best. So it's really
See,
it's really weird how
that's the thing.
it like turns on a dime so quickly.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
I kind of wish they did more of a TV tropes thing, you know, like have all these here to have like the personalities we're all aware of, you know, like Junpei's the goofy guy, he has a personality, that's cool. Yukari is kind of the quick to anger one, you know, you got that.
I don't know.
Then Akihiko would be the comically serious one, because he is. And even when he's like not being comically serious, it's still kind of in that tone, so it's kind of funny.
Oh, well.
And then Mitsuru is just kind of a brick wall. And so is Aigis, but she's at least a robot.
Yeah,
so
it makes sense for Aigis to be a brick wall.
And Koromaru is a dog, so that makes sense.
Koromaru
and then there's
is the
Ken.
best.
Everyone hates Ken.
We have not given enough screen time or audio
Talking time.
airtime to Koromaru. Koromaru is fantastic.
Yeah,
Koromaru
neither
is
one
the
of us
best.
really used him, did we?
I used him a little bit, but I eventually got rid of him. But he was great because
Yeah.
anytime, like, you know how everyone's standing in a circle waiting to be selected to go fight the
Yeah.
boss? Anytime you talk to Koromaru, he's like growling. And I thought that was so cool every time. It was always great. Like
Really?
right
I
before
didn't notice.
I thought it was so cool. Like right before you go up to Nyx, if you talk to Koromaru, they have this cool picture of Koromaru and he's growling and he's like
Oh yeah,
baring
yeah,
his
that,
teeth.
that picture
And it's so
directly.
cool.
Yeah, where he's like kind of like looking downwards
It's
instead
great.
of looking upwards like he always does.
It was great. I
Yeah.
love Koromaru. He's the best.
Yeah, it's funny because me
And
and
it's
Michael
so-
refer to
it's
Koromaru
so
as the main
perfect.
character.
Yeah, he should be the main character. It's so perfect that his persona was Cerberus. That was the
Yeah.
everything about Koromaru.
That's one thing that bugs me. Why doesn't Koromaru get an ultimate persona? Why doesn't he get
I
a
know, right?
resolution
He
that-
should.
Like, that's like-
He's the best
but
character.
the thing is, I kind of thought about it. He had his resolution from the start.
Yeah,
He knew.
I guess. Yeah.
Everyone else had to work up to it. Koromaru had it from the beginning.
Yeah. He's always been cool, badass. I mean,
Yeah.
he's so cool. Cerberus is so great.
Yeah.
It's so perfect. I can't imagine you
Yeah.
upgrade to anything more perfect than Cerberus. Like, can you think of anything?
A chimera.
Maybe?
Give him
I
a
don't know.
chimera.
Cerberus is
That'd be cool.
just so
Or
perfect.
Gormara. A Gormara would be nice.
Yeah, Cerberus. I mean, Koromaru was great. Yeah. But no, like, I remember in the first half of the game, when you talk to them as they're sitting in the dorm, they would only give you video game tips. Like, they wouldn't actually
yeah, like-
talk like normal human beings. They would
By
be
the
like,
way, my persona
weakness-
uses electricity
I'm weak to
attacks. He's
fire,
weak
and
to ice.
I'm weak to ice, and I can do a lot of physical damage. They wouldn't actually talk like
Yeah.
human beings. They just give you video game tips. And it was so stupid.
Yeah, I kind of imagine that, like,
It was terrible.
Minato is just in there like, yeah, I fucking know this already. You told me, like, a week ago.
I know.
I don't even use you in my
I'm
party.
the
What
main
do I care?
character, yeah. I don't even use
Not
you.
just that, but it's also like, do you want to hang out? Oh, my persona uses lightning. Yeah, okay.
Like, hey Akihiko, what's up? How's it going? You eating a bowl of ramen there? My persona is weak to ice. Oh, okay.
Mitsuru Persona uses us. I wonder what this means. It's like, dude, just fucking try to be human.
He was so weird.
It makes sense when you first get them. Like right away, they're like, "Oh yeah, this is okay. This is the beginning. You're a new character into the party. I understand." But they'll do that for like 2 or 3 weeks.
They did it for like the first 5 months.
Just like, yeah, and then like right when it's the week before the operation, they're like, "Oh, the operation is coming up. Did you check your calendar?" It's like, I fucking have a calendar at all times. Yes, I'm aware.
Every single day, they're like, "Do you know the operation's coming? Because the operation's coming."
Yeah. And even then, like, even then, like, you'll have those times where like school starts and you're walking to school, and then Junpei will come over and be like, "Oh, hey man, you know the operation's coming up." It's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for the reminder."
Yes, I know.
But then it's like as soon as you get back, everyone's like, "The operation is coming up. Did you know about that? Did you want to train more?"
I told you about my operation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it was really ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, I don't know why I just thought of this now, but the arcade.
Yeah, the arcade's
why
really
that
good.
Non-Persona 4?
That really should be
That
in
is
Persona
so
4.
helpful.
It's so good. It's the best.
Yeah. And after a while, I figured out
that
there's
is
a
a
pattern.
Koromaru
Like,
tier place to hang out at. It's the best.
Yeah. Yeah, best tier. There's like on Monday they have the punching bag. On Tuesday they have I think it's the speed or the agility one. And then on Wednesday they have the fortune one, and then they follow that pattern again. Then Sunday is all 3 of them. So it's like all I need to do is keep switching my personas that I want to get these certain skills, and every night after you have Tower and Devil done, it's just like I don't need to worry about social links at night. I can just
you could just
hang out at the arcade
your stats
every
and
day.
It really is really great that you can do that. I wish
that
was in Persona 4 somehow.
Yeah, because
and you still
really
don't have
early on,
like
I had
the
Siegfried.
you still don't have
my
the
god, my Siegfried.
But
my Siegfried was insane because of that.
Even in Persona 4, they don't have the cards that increase like people's strength and agility.
Oh yeah.
Like there's no way.
And you're missing like the sword fusion.
There's no way to do any of that
okay.
stuff, and that stuff's all really great. So I wish that was in there.
It's weird because I feel like anything that was good about Persona 3, they took out for Persona 4. But Persona 4 had some really good stuff in itself.
Yeah.
Like weapons were easier to come across because in like Persona 3 is either you had to wait for a specific day for it to be on sale or at least to be sold, or find them in treasure chests. Meanwhile, in Persona 4, it's like, oh, just kill enough beetles and give them the scalps, and boom, you got a new hammer.
Yeah, that was really good. But I do really like when you can fuse a persona into a weapon. I thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah. At first, I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea because I get all these personas I don't want. I can turn them into weapons, or I could just fuse a better persona.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was kind of a weird thing.
I mean, I didn't get much. I didn't get much use out of it, but I still thought it was really cool. I wish I could have used it more.
Oh yeah, of course. Like,
it was awesome.
I actually got no use out of the antique owner until the end. Like at the end of the game, I'm like, okay, I want to just sacrifice Mara to make the Hands of Evil. I want to make Masakado katanas. I want to do the Ishtar thing and forget about it.
I pretty much made Mjolnir, Masakado, and nothing else. Nothing else. Yeah. Because those weapons were too good.
Speaking of heavy weapons, there's one thing we haven't talked about. That's Shinji's death.
Shinji, oh god. Well, yeah.
Shinji is best girl.
Shinji, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I only say that because did you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I sent you that picture.
Yeah, you sent me the picture. Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk about this really quick because I know I keep breaking off in Persona Q because it's so good. But in Persona Q, there's the group date cafe dungeon, which is the weirdest thing I've ever said in my life. But at the end, depending on all these questions that you answered, they'll choose one of your party members to be your destined partner. And I got Shinji.
Yep.
And for me, that's hilarious because the way they both kind of react, like Shinji's like, "Oh my god, I'm completely appalled," and like you end up in front of a church and you're about to be married, and they're like, "Well, you can either go forward or try to head back." I tried to head back right away. But they're like, oh, we hear like sounds from the church. I'm like, okay, I've got to go right away. So I push open the door without hesitation, and Shinjiro's like, God damn it, no, I'm not getting married, not to you, God damn it, no. Like, he panicked. And it was great.
Yeah. But yeah,
and it's even funnier because like
Shinjiro was great when you still had him in
Shinjiro
your party in Persona 3. But then stupid Ken had to go and ruin everything.
Yeah, I did use him for a little bit. He actually replaced my
I did use him.
My Junpei.
He was really good.
Yeah. He replaced Junpei for a bit. I'm like, wow, he's really good. I like Shinjiro. And then he dies. Like, no! Damn it!
Well, yeah, that
Fuck
was
you, Ken!
that was back when I didn't especially care about receiving spoilers. So I was using him and leveling him a lot, but then I figured out that he dies, so I stopped using him because I had to
Yeah.
spend those levels on someone else.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
shame, too, because even in Persona 3 Portable, it's possible to save his life. So, yay!
What?
Except he's in a coma.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, and it's only if he plays the female protagonist, which, by the way, both are non-canon, so you cannot... Shinjiro has to die, Chidori has to die, because I believe
Right.
it's mentioned that like, Junpei doesn't... I'm trying to remember what it was, like, she has to die ultimately. Even in
Yeah.
Persona 3
Some people gotta
FES,
die.
which is what we played, you can prevent her death, actually.
Oh, you can in FES? Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah. This is the weirdest thing, actually. During the days that like she's in the hospital, you have to go to Junpei constantly and tell him like, go see her
I
constantly,
did tell him a few
because
times, but it didn't seem like it did any
you have to
good.
do it every single time.
Oh.
Every time that he shows up, you have to do it. But here's the real kicker: I always would go off to Tartarus to go train, so I didn't know. But yeah, as it turns out, like remember the flowers that she keeps like healing?
Yeah.
If Junpei goes to see her enough times, I think he has like the flowers on him or something. I don't know what the exact details are, but he takes the flowers and puts it on like her, and like all the life that she gave them flows back into her, and she comes back to life. But she forgets about the dark hour and loses her persona,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Just, well,
Like, okay,
I
that's
mean,
kind of cool. Non-canon.
yeah.
Chidori has to die.
Chidori must
Shinjiro
die.
has to die.
Sometimes people just gotta die. You can't, go. No matter what you do, if you go back in time, they'll die every time.
Yeah.
But
Kind of
yeah.
remind me of Blaze Blue with the continuum shift. You can change all these things, but ultimately things will happen. Like Hazma has to, well, the continuum shift. Hazma has to like be beaten by Ragna and all that crap.
Hmm.
It's weird. It's a really weird game.
Yeah, but I know exactly what you're talking about though, because remember I recommend Steins Gate to you. Like that's the main.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the main. What's the word I'm looking for? That's the main thing about Steins Gate. Like they keep trying to go back in time to change stuff, but some
Oh,
things
so
just
you can't
absolutely cannot be changed, no matter how much you
cheat. Yeah,
try.
that's another thing. Fire Emblem Awakening. Like you prevent the death of the Exalt, which is Crom's sister. Trying to remember her name actually. It's been a while since I played it, but
Grom.
you prevent her death because Lucina comes back in time and tells you all this, and you prevent her death. But then 5 minutes later, she gets kidnapped and pretty much like she's to be executed.
Dies. Yep.
You try to prevent that, but in order to stop the war, she jumps off this like the execution thing. She jumps to her death, and her death moves everyone to like just put down their weapons. Like the war is over. This woman who actually like gave everything, gave her life to prevent the war, or not to prevent it, but to stop it. Then and everyone's like, "Wow, we're demoralized as fuck." So, like, you couldn't prevent her death,
Yep.
even though.
It's good
Then there's
concept
the,
for the time travel
like-
stuff. You should watch
Well,
Steins Gate.
here's the thing about that. I will eventually. Whatever.
No, you
Here's
won't.
the thing about that. However, there's a street pass thing or a wireless online thing. I
If
can't
you
remember
get
what it
enough
is, but it's
street
one of the
passes,
things.
she lives.
No. There's these paralogs. Like they were added as later DLC, and one of them is you get her as a party member. Like she,
Her
it's after
skeleton?
her death. No. Turns out that instead of dying, sorry, I just burped. She smashes her head in the ground so hard that she doesn't die, but she becomes completely like what's the name I'm looking for? Amnesiac? Like
A
amnesiac?
vegetable, I guess. Oh no,
She has
amnesia.
amnesia.
Sorry.
No. Yeah. She like has no memory of even her brother or anything.
Hmm.
So it's really sad, but she's working as like a tavern girl or something. Not a tavern girl, like a priestess or something, because she has healing magic.
Raw.
And she gets kidnapped. You save her again, and everyone's like kind of paused, like, the fuck? How did this happen? You know.
Anyway.
And the
Persona.
worst part is actually, I just say one last thing about Fire Emblem Awakening. Only the main character can have a support with her. Not even her brother can talk to her after that.
No one can talk to
Which
her.
is super sad. But yeah, Persona.
All about
Yeah,
Persona.
the whole-
This
You
podcast.
can't prevent the deaths of Shinjiro and Ken. Or not, sorry, not Ken. Shinjiro and Chidori. Ken, I wish was dead because I never used
Yeah.
him, and I actually hate his character. I hate his character in Ultimax.
Yeah, I don't
hate
like
him
him.
just in general.
He's not great. He's terrible. I
Stop treating me like
I
a child.
should've-
You are a child.
I
Shut
should
the
have
fuck
jumped in
up.
front of Ken and pulled Shinjiro away so that the bullet hit Ken instead.
Yep.
Like, no,
If
don't
only
save
we go
Ken.
back in
That's a
time.
terrible idea.
If only the answer happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
think
did
either
you-
one of us have done the answer yet.
Yeah, you
I
didn't
haven't
play
even
the
started
answer,
it.
have you? All right. Well, we
No,
can't say
no.
much about that. I mean, I guess I read a synopsis, I suppose. Of it.
I read it too. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So we can at least talk about that. Like, I kind of like how Junpei and Koromaru are one of the parties. Like, there's all these parties like trying to fight for their own answer. Like, Aigis and Metis are fighting to go back in time to see why Minato kills himself. You know, to save the world, become the seal. Actually, not kill himself, become the seal. Yukari and Mitsuru decide to go back in time to prevent him from doing that. And Junpei and Koromaru, what was it? Akihiko and Ken want to just forget about it. Like, just live on with our lives. Go on. He gave us a chance. That's a smart thing.
Yeah.
And Junpei and Koromaru are both on the side of everyone shut the fuck up and listen. Just let it go. Like they
Shut up.
literally want to like knock sense. No, they literally want to knock sense into everyone. That's what they want
They
to do.
just want to beat
And
everyone
I
else.
like that. Yeah.
Sounds
That
good.
could have been the synopsis for a fighting game.
It's
Like,
really
oh,
sounded
we're all
like it
friends,
would
picture
be
of each
when I read the plot.
Yeah,
It seemed like that was a fighting game, but
Yeah. It's kind of weird that they didn't do that actually.
yeah,
I don't know. It took them a while to get on that, huh?
yeah, I guess so.
And even then, it's about
Maybe
all the
they
people
were
from
getting
Persona
ready
4
for a
being
fighting game,
changed.
and then they were just like, "Oh wait, we don't know how to make fighting games, so
Yeah.
just make the
And
same
then they
game."
hired and then they hired Arc Systems, and they made a really good fighting game with a really bad dial-a combo, stupid thing.
Yeah, whatever.
Seriously, I fucking hate that.
I know you do. I know you do.
It's just annoying. It feels like
But what even
completely
became what
ruining
became
the
of it in the answer? I don't really remember what happened. They just like figured out what he did. Is that all?
oh yeah, they go back in time to when he's inside of Nyx and like sacrificing himself. They watch him do it to give everyone else a chance
They
at life.
just watch
and all
from a
that shit.
distance. Okay. And somehow that solves everything.
Yeah.
Well, I guess since the entire problem is that they're crying about it, I suppose that does solve everything. So never mind.
Well, yeah, not just that, but also they have to fight like an evil version of the main character, like the personification
Shin
of
main character.
no, yeah, they have to fight the personification of all their like fears, or I think it's their fears or their sorrow or something.
Oh my god.
Whatever it
Their
is.
true selves.
Yeah, not their true self, Monato's true self.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's just like you fight a shadow Minato, and he has like randomized personas, or not randomized, but he has like a certain set of personas. I wouldn't know. I still haven't played it myself. So.
I don't know.
Yeah, I did watch a video where someone modded the game so that it was Minato versus Shadow Minato, and Shadow Minato had a dark version of Orpheus and nothing else.
That's
So it
pretty
was kinda cool.
That is pretty cool.
In fact, there's a lot of mods. Like people have made it where Takaya is replaced with Adachi, which is pretty funny.
Yep.
Except he has all of Takaya's lines, so it's not that great.
Oh, well, that's too
I
bad.
kind of wish he just showed him bitches and whores every time he summons Persona, and that'd be great. Bitches and whores.
You're too slow.
Yeah. You're too slow. Actually, have you read, or not read, but watched the comic dub of Him Daisy?
No,
Do that. It's pretty good. It's
I
pretty
won't.
Good, actually.
don't even know what you said.
Just Igor.
The comic dub of
Oh,
what?
Him Daisy. It's a comic, like on YouTube, search up Him Daisy Persona 4. It's a comic that someone made, and there's a dub of it, and it's just like all these like weird things about Persona 4 and 3. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, you really just have to watch it. There's like a lot of random stupid shit, and there's a lot of like actually funny, like, oh yeah, Ninja Disco Frog is Jiraiya, and but what was the name for Tomoe? It was Banana Dominatrix or something.
Oh, alright.
Because the shadow Chie
Yeah,
is
I
like
remember,
a dominatrix, but it looks like she's got a banana head. It's like, oh, banana dominatrix.
Alright.
Just all these weird stupid things.
Alright.
Are
Maybe.
we
I'll
are we
think
done
about
here? We've been just kind of mumbling stupid shit for
it.
the
Yeah,
past
Persona
hour.
3, something number out of 10. I don't know.
Oh,
It was a game.
Okay. Purple out of 10.
Undefined value out of 10.
Oh, okay, works for me.
X out of
But
10.
that's the end of
No, this isn't the
that's
end
the end of
because
this
we have more
podcast.
nonsense to cover.
Oh, that's right. There
Like
is some more
how
nonsense.
it's
I
all the
forgot
end.
about it.
Nevermore plays over this section of the podcast.
Oh, you better get on that, editor.
I might. I'm thinking about it right now.
You just might.
I'm also thinking
yeah,
about
okay.
it in the future.
Okay, can we move on to what we're talking about here? Like why we're suddenly keeping this going?
Keeping what going? What?
This
going? I don't
video,
know what
sorry, not this podcast. Why are we continuing it? There's a
Oh,
thing
right.
you meant to say.
Yeah, because
that
I'm
is-
gonna disappear. I'm gonna be joining the Air Force, and I'm gonna be gone for ever. I don't know, a
Oh.
while.
I kind of doubt that plot points will still be a thing 6 years in the future. You know?
No, of course it will. It will be, we'll have.
I'll be
stocks.
super popular. Everyone will know me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
As for like if Jeff is going to be replaced, I don't know. Because the people that we've had on the show before, which would just be Michael and Charles, Charles is actually also moving away, so it's gonna be hard to get him on the show. And Michael has like a very, very long work. Like
So it's-
I'm trying to. How do I explain this? He works a lot.
It's
like,
going to
kind
be
of hard to get his
pretty
schedule.
much all but dissolved, basically.
Yeah, if anything, it will probably just be if I really want to do videos.
Yeah,
it'll
it might
probably
just be
me.
just you.
Yeah, no, he's sitting here. I'll probably do the face cam thing because I don't mind being on camera. And as of this podcast right now, actually, I had finished recording Five Nights at Freddy's, and I had the face cam and everything. But it kind of crapped out on me for the editor. Like at 98%, the thing crashed. So I'm a little pissed about that.
Yep.
I'll see if I can
So-
fix it, get the video up, and yada yada yada.
Well, I guess.
But yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's not entirely certain that I'll be gone forever, but I'll be in basic for like 2 months, and then I'll have a few days of whatever. But I probably won't spend them recording, certainly.
Yeah, probably not.
And
You're
then-
probably using them just to.
Yeah,
for
I'll
yourself.
use it for myself, and then I'll have about a year and a half of training because my job is hard, and then after that, it becomes a possibility that I'll be able to play games again, like while I'm on base, while I'm finally
Yeah.
stationed somewhere after my training. But
Yeah.
who knows? That's like 2 years in the future, and I probably won't. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
over.
It kind of sucks because you're gonna miss out on Persona 5. Well, you might miss out. We don't know.
I'll probably miss it.
you-
Well, they
you'll
said it's
probably be
coming
able
in
to play-
2015, so I don't know how busy I'll be in AIT, which is my training. I don't know how busy I'll be, but I imagine I'll be pretty busy because it's the,
Yeah.
it's the
It's
absolute
the
hardest
military.
thing.
It's not fun and games, guys. It's not.
Well, no, I mean the training isn't gonna be like, I mean I'm not gonna be like in the field. I'm not training to kill people, like.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to be on a battlefield. I'm not going to be shooting people.
Yeah. You're Air Force, right? That's what you're doing.
Yeah, my job is as a linguist. So they're just
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to really be doing anything extreme, but I'm going to be super busy. I'm going to be really busy because it's hard to teach someone a language.
Yeah, I bet. I can't even. I took a couple of years in French class. Like it's a mandatory thing here. And I cannot speak French in the slightest. Like all I know is like Bonjour, je m'appelle Michel, which is hello, my name is Mike. And I can't remember like what was the thing? Is like I can't remember how it is, but it's essentially like what is your name or how are you? Like all that stuff. I do not remember. Jack.
Apparently you don't know it. Yeah.
Yeah, like
But chances are they're
Just-
teaching me either one of those Arabic languages, Korean or Russian. Probably one of those.
oh okay.
Just judging
Remember,
by
no Russian.
not really like I mean just judging by the way the world is right now. They're going to teach me languages that they need. So probably one of
Yeah.
those. And
Mhm.
that'll be my job. And you should all be super impressed because it was
Yeah,
really
I mean,
hard.
like anyone in the military deserves your respect. So yeah, I mean, I'm not
No.
in the military. Yeah,
Hmm?
well, no, people in the military deserve your respect. Clearly, like they're doing shit, make sure we're free. Like even though we're in different countries.
Yeah, but like I'm not
I have
really
my-
doing it to free the people. I'm just doing it because
Free the people,
it's a
though.
good job. I mean, it's a really
Yeah.
good job, and they're teaching to me for free. And they're
Was
paying
this
me
kind of
for
like
it.
a job that you've always wanted, or?
Well, when I first got the idea to join, like I just was sort of, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I didn't especially care, and I figured after I took the test, it would really narrow it down. Like I'd look at the list and like something would jump out at me. But there was so much stuff on the list because I scored. I mean, I know I sound like an asshole, but I scored so high that like I could do literally anything I wanted. So
I guess that kind of ruined the point of it.
yeah, it pretty much ruined the point. But I saw that there was also a test for whether or not you're capable of learning a new language, and it was an entire test. Like they would fabricate a bunch of rules, and they would modify English with these made up rules, and it was really, really hard. It was the hardest test I've ever taken, but I passed it somehow. And no, and I liked it. I enjoyed it, so I figured, I guess this is what I want to do.
Yeah, I guess.
Because
like, I've always wanted to be a game
I
developer.
pretty much started learning Japanese of my own free will, and now, I took that test, and I was like, okay, I guess this is the thing that I want to do.
You know what's funny? You actually sent me the files for that stuff, and I don't remember ever like actually looking into it. I think I don't think got rid of it at some point. Like, I guess I'm not very good with languages. I've never really been good with language. I can barely speak English.
Yeah, right.
I'm foreign learning or something. Christ.
Yeah. Oh well.
Like,
yeah,
there's so many times where I talk and I just kind of like, because I don't know what the hell to say. Like, words are tough.
Words are hard. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be moving on up, having an actual life, and you'll be here recording nonsense.
Yeah. I'll try to get like Michael back on the show because we've already had some planned stuff actually. Right now we plan to do Splinter Cell Chaos Theory co-op, which is hilarious.
That's a good
by
game.
the way, it's really good. It's really good, but the co-op is hilarious. Like there's so many.
Yeah.
There's stories we'll probably tell back.
Yeah,
when we do the
co-op's great. So yeah, that would be a good video.
Yeah.
You should do
and Tenchu Z is something we want to do just because I like Tenchu. I've always loved the series. But yeah, I think we're kind of done with this video, or this podcast.
Pretty much. Do we have anything else?
I think we covered our bases.
Hold on. No, wait. I had an idea.
Yeah?
No, I didn't. No, I had nothing. I have nothing.
You're
Persona.
a liar.
Persona.
Persona. Yeah. Someone dry and stuff.
Did you?
Ninja Frog.
No, wait. Did you make Orpheus Telos?
No, I didn't have all the social links done. Or do you mean in Persona Q?
No, I meant actually in Persona 3. I forgot though. Because it was annoying that like you have to have very specific social links done in order to get Telos.
Oh yeah,
that was really dumb and annoying.
And I think to summon him, you need every single ultimate persona, like of every single social link.
Well, that's the thing. Like you have to.
Wait, no,
the things
6,
to make him are a
of
bunch of ultimate personas of S-links, but it's not every S-link. It's just very specific S-links.
Yeah, that's right. Because to get him to unlock the chance to summon him, you have to have every single social link done, and which ones you need are 6 specific ones.
Well, it's not every single one. It's just specific ones.
No. To unlock the ability to summon him, you have to have all of them.
Oh.
Like after you do it, you get an item that says like, here, you can summon Orpheus Telos now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But in Persona Q, he's a free DLC and he's like level 20. So, kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
I guess
I guess we're done here.
Persona.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching, listening, whatever. That's the end of this podcast, and we will see you guys on the next one, if we do a next one.
No, we probably won't. We won't see you.
Maybe
You'll
me,
never see
and Michael will
again.
see it. I don't know if
unless you rapidly watch Gurren Lagann. We're not doing.
Oh yeah, let me get on. Let me get right on that.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I'm gone forever. Sayonara.